What's going on, everyone? It's Nina Infinity. Welcome to my channel again tonight, this Wednesday night. I decided to go live again because I just finished my interview with Jeff Trevanian, who's a very lovely individual and agreed to be on the channel tonight for breaking the narrative. But he didn't have that much time, so I figured I'd end the interview with him and then I'd go live again and talk to you guys in the chat about just some random topics and chill out with you for Thanksgiving because I don't think I'll be streaming tomorrow for that in particular because I'm going to be setting up the show for Infinite Hope and I have other stuff I have to do. But then on Friday, I have Friendsgiving, which is the annual Friendsgiving that I do every year with my Mexican friends because I introduce them to Thanksgiving and they seem to really like it, but some of them couldn't make it on Thursday night because they're teachers, and it's not a holiday here, so they're working on Thursday, and they were like, you know what, can we just do it on Friday? Do you mind? And I was like, no, no, not at all. We can do it on Friday. So we're gonna do it on Friday instead, and just get together and have a little dinner and share what we're thankful about and all the stuff. And I have so much to be thankful for. And of course, I'll be talking about that on Friday for my show, Infinite Hope. But I because we're always thankful on Infinite Hope. That's a weekly occurrence. I'm all about the thankfulness and the goodness and all that stuff. But I just wanted to kind of hang out with you guys and wish you a happy Thanksgiving because I know that's going on in the States. In about 45 minutes, it starts my time, Eastern time. Happy Thanksgiving to you all, and I hope it's a good one. Happy Thanksgiving, Andrew. I really, first of all, I really appreciate all you guys that show up in for all the streams, all the chats. It's always really fun to talk to you guys, and I'm also thankful for. I feel like times are changing a little bit. So I feel thankful about that. I feel thankful about some of the things that I feel like the winds of change are upon us. So those things are cool. Um, what is you guys' favorite like Thanksgiving movie? I mean, mine is definitely Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I can talk. That's definitely a really good one for me, but I will tell you guys to stay away from a movie if you want me to. And I've actually done a review about this. Done a review about this movie, which I feel like you guys should all check out. But the movie's actually called Friendsgiving. And it's probably the worst holiday movie I've ever watched in my life, and it's actually about Friendsgiving. And I really wanted it to be good. Like, it was one of those movies where I was like, "Okay, I'm watching this because I really want it to be good." But then it wasn't good, and I was like, "This is like some woke garbage." So that was terrible. John Burns 279 says, "Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you had a great week. Have a great weekend." Thank you, you too. And I know like Thanksgiving happened in Canada already, so I hope you had a great one, John. And I really appreciate it. Thanks for showing up for the interview with Jeff. You're awesome, even though I don't understand half of your super chats. I really do appreciate your support. Thank you, John. Torgo, thank you for the $2. It's happy Thanksgiving and hail God Emperor Mile. Hi. Hail. Hi. Thank you. Thank you for that. Favorite Thanksgiving movie? Scent of a Woman. Wait, that's a Thanksgiving movie? I don't think I've ever seen that movie. It's been one of those movies where I'm always like, oh, I'm totally gonna watch this one day, and I just don't. But I love Al Pacino, so it's definitely one of those movies that's been on my list forever. I need to watch that movie. I didn't know that was a Thanksgiving movie. Hoo-ah! I know that's famous from that movie. I know that's famous. John Burns for 279 says Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is the best Thanksgiving. I agree. I agree. I agree with you. Mile. Not Mile. Melee? Not Mile? Oh, the new Argentinian president. Oh my god. I had no idea. I had no idea that they had one. I had no idea that they had one. That's good to know. That is very good to know. Okay, let me see. I did want to talk to you guys about this exciting news because this is kind of exciting, just a little bit, just a little bit. Okay, and we can talk about more Thanksgiving things as well. But I'm kind of thankful for the fact that James Gunn decided to cast some really amazing looking people for his movie. Let's start off with the main cast. We've got this dude, David Cornswet. He's still like that last name though. My God, as Clark Kent, Superman. Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane. We got Nicholas Holt as Lex Luthor. Sarah Sampaio as Eve. Whatever this is. Skylar something as Jimmy Olsen. Okay, this casting here, Jimmy Olsen being a redhead. My God, I feel like the CERN collider has finally returned or stopped working, and we're finally in the space in which we should have always occupied, which is not Clown World. Because I was shocked to learn that a ginger white man has been cast as Jimmy Olsen and not a black woman. This is exciting times, guys. This is exciting times. I'm thankful that James Gunn decided to go with that. Lex Luthor is going to be that's going to be really interesting. I think Nicholas Holt can pull it off. I think he's got what it takes. He's got the acting chops. This dude just looks like a young Henry Cavill. So although I was very upset about Henry Cavill not being a thing anymore, as in Superman, I was very upset, and I still am, because I really want an established Superman. Like, I don't really like this like Superman. Let's do young Superman again. It doesn't sound too exciting. It didn't sound too exciting at first, but now seeing the cast come together, it's starting to get a little bit exciting. And then we've got, of course, this dude right here. What's his name again? I totally forgot his name. Nathan Fillion as the Green Lantern. That's going to be really interesting to see. This chick is really pretty. I don't even know who she is, but she looks really cool as Hawk Girl. I think she's going to be great. She just looks like a Hawk Girl. This dude right here, I think is going to be a great, whatever this guy is. I forget the guy with a T on his face. What's that guy's name again? Mr. Terrific. That's him. I got to know his character through the Arrowverse. So I was like, hey, it's Mr. Terrific. I have no idea who this is. I have no freaking clue. Although I was like, this guy already looks like Lex Luthor. But I don't know who this is at all. Not even as a villain. I don't think I've ever seen him before. Metamorpho. I don't know anything about Metamorpho at all. Like not even like his story or anything like that. Like I don't know. No way is this list accurate. What do you mean? It's an accurate list. We've got, I don't know who this chick is either. She looks very interesting in the comic. Who is this chick again? The engineer? I have no idea who she is. That's great. She's pretty. I like the cast because she's pretty. She's got that nice boobies. in the comic version. So yeah, these look kind of interesting to me. These look like kind of interesting. John Burns for 279. Who's playing Perry White? Thomas F. Wilson? Wait, what? I don't know who's playing him. Good questions. Thomas F. Wilson. I didn't even know who that was until I just Googled him. It's what's his name from Back to the Future? I'm so bad with names. It's Biff. It's Biff. I don't know. Also for 279, John Burns says Scent of a Woman, Pacino's only Oscar performance. Really? It's his only one? That's kind of unbelievable because he's been in so many bangers. That's kind of crazy. I actually watched I should say rewatch because it wasn't the first time. I watched The Devil's Advocate the other night for the first time, like since I saw it the first time when it came out. And it was so good. And I love Al Pacino. He's so good in so many things. I mean, Al Pacino in Heat, Al Pacino in Scarface. He never won an Oscar for Scarface? That's crazy. That's crazy talk. Okay, we got that one. Brandon, the anime guy, what's up? Says for $2. Happy Day of the Bird. Keep rocking it, Nina. Thank you. Brandon, the anime guy. I totally appreciate that. Happy Thanksgiving to you, my friend. We got Spike and Madness. Thank you for the $2. Happy Thanksgiving, Nina, and all Infinite Hopers. Aw, thank you. You too, man. It was so good to meet you this last year. That's one of the things I'm grateful for, that I got to meet a bunch of you, and I got to meet Anna and Chrissy. That was so fun, minus the little blurb that we had during the show and where somebody showed up and was very untoward, as Kiana would say. Other than the untoward event, everything else was really fun. And I'm so happy I've met you guys. Yeah, I'm thankful that COVID is over and I was able to leave the country again. There you go. John Burns at 279. Perry White was the Daily Planet editor. Oh, that's right. That's right, because I always mix up DC and Marvel, and I totally forgot that guy was a thing because I always think of J. Jonah Jameson.
You serious?
But they're totally different characters, but also the same, but not really. Because you know how DC and Marvel are always a reflection of one another. I'm probably losing all of you because you're like, how dare you speak ill of the Marvel and DCs? But look, for normies, they're literally the same thing. Eternal Vigilance, thank you for the 1 month member message. Hey Nina, I just wanted to wish you a happy Thanksgiving, and I'm thankful for you and your Good News Friday. Many blessings, my friend. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. I can't wait until this week's show on Friday. It's going to be a good one, I'm sure. I always have so much fun setting it up on Thursday because that's kind of my wind down day, and also bringing back hope into my own heart, because I think to myself that the world is always just seemingly always going to hell in a handbasket. But then I remind myself that that's not true every Thursday. And then Friday, I report it to you guys. Wait, what was it? Perry White was not as cool as Jay Jonah. I agree. That's why I don't remember him, because Jay Jonah was a lot more interesting. Also, Jay Jonah was it was such an interesting character because he was hated Spider-Man. the other dude, Perry White, didn't hate Superman the way J. Jonah hated Spider-Man. So he was like always like more interesting in that sense. Like he was like, that pesky Spider-Man. Like, and when you watch and know his character later on, and you find out how he's like related to, not related, but like he had a relationship with Peter's parents, and like because they were spies and blah blah blah. I learned all of that stuff in the Spider-Man animated series because I used to watch that. So even though I didn't read the comic books, I have a pretty strong kind of like backstory of what Spider-Man's story was about. So I always thought J. Jonah was a way cooler character, especially when you find out like how like he's a deep character. What? Yeah, you find out like he helped Peter Parker's parents, and they got involved with Shield. They were spies. It's like a whole thing. It's a whole thing. And then Peter Parker helps him with his nephew, or well, I should say Spider-Man. Spider-Man helps him with his nephew because his nephew gets into trouble with like the mob and stuff. Peter's parents. John Burns at 279. Perry White never accused Superman of being evil. Exactly. He never did that. That was all J. Jonah Jameson did, was like, that pesky Spider-Man, he's so evil. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. I like your icon. Am I remembering the Spider-Man story wrong? I remember that animated series. So I was like, randomly last night, I turned on Netflix, and then it was like, new Batman the animated series. And I was like, oh my God, it's Batman the animated series. So I started watching the what's it called? The two-part episode for Two-Face. Like how Two-Face became Two-Face. And I was like, this is so good. Like, why couldn't they just do this? Like, just take these and then just copy them and then make them into movies. You don't have to do anything differently. Kara! Hi, Kara! Happy Thanksgiving! Also, I feel like I saw Demogeny earlier. There you are! What's up, D? Happy Thanksgiving, Demogeny! Wait, somebody was explaining to me who Metamorpho is. Metamorpho had a good run in the Justice League animated series from the 2000s. Oh, okay. Thank you. The more you know. Taylor Swift is overrated. Thank you for the $1.90. Damn it, DL. Someday I'm going to be the evil ruler of the world. I think you already are, honey. I think you already are. Kara, you want a link? You want to come hang out? I can send you one. I can send you a link. Hold on, let me see. Kara. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to stick it in Toxic Femme. Kara, if you want to come on, it's in the Toxic Femme thread. If you want to come to the show, if you want to come to the show and have a great time with me, I'm being rejected as we speak. I'm cozy on the couch and headed to bed soon. No problem. I totally understand. You already are, DL. You already are. Power Kid Greg, thank you for the $2. Says happy Thanksgiving, Nina. Thank you, buddy. You too. Kara looks like She could cosplay as Mary Jane Watson now. She could totally do that, and I think more so Black Widow. She could 100% she do the Black Widow thing. She got it going on with that red hair. John Burns at 279. Perry White discusses why journalists are important. Uh, isn't that so sweet? They used to be. Now they don't really exist anymore. We sure as hell don't have a Lois Lane in this world. I wish we did, but I mean, I'm sure there is some out there, but they're few and far between. They are few and far between. Just caught up on the latest episode of Monarch. I'm liking it so far. I still haven't seen it. It's on my list. It's on my list. Oh, you know what you should check out, Kara? I don't know if you've seen it or not, but you should check out Bodies on Netflix. That was a good show. I was kind of impressed. It's a time travel show, which is difficult to do. And it was impressive, though, what they achieved. It had woke elements because it's Netflix. And some of the woke elements were kind of annoying. But overall, like it's overlookable. It was overlookable, the woke stuff, because it gets to a good place. So I really enjoyed it. Ooh, I watched the first episode of Bodies tonight. Yay! That was good, right? If you and Script Doctor and a bunch more people finish it, maybe we can do a review. Because I really enjoyed it. That was a good one. Anna's hairy back. Wow, that is just mean. Thank you for the $1.99. Henry Cavill is the only Superman that matters. I agree. I agree. Because we still haven't even seen the other guy yet. So we don't even know if he's going to be good. We don't know if he's going to be good. Anthony, thank you for the thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. Miss you on FNT and Chingy. I never really went on FNT, but thank you. I think you're talking about BBC, the real BBC, and GNG. I don't know what that is. Are you saying Geeks and Gamers? I don't think I've ever even been on one Geeks and Gamers stream. But thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the love. I truly do. It hasn't caught me just yet, but I'll give it another episode. Okay. I hope it catches you. $2.79 from John Burns. All the light you cannot see. Netflix. Hugh Laurie. You know, I heard really good things about this show. This all the light you cannot see situation. But here's the thing. The subject matter is really tough. I don't think I can handle it right now. I'm going to be completely honest with you. It's the subject matter, especially with what's going on right now in the news. I'm just like, I need more stuff that gets me away from this planet, not reminds me how fucked up we are. I begrudgingly watched Oppenheimer because I'm an Oscar weirdo. Like, I like the Oscars, so I try to watch all the movies that are going to be in the Oscars, and I know Oppenheimer is going to be in the Oscars, so I begrudgingly watched it. I did like it a lot, but it was heavy. It was a heavy movie, and this movie, this show, it's tough, man. It's a tough subject matter. For those who are wondering what it's about, basically it's about, hold on, let's see. Oh God, it has Mark Ruffalo in it too. Freaking hard pass. The final days of World War II, the paths of blind The paths of a blind French girl and a German soldier collide based on Anthony Doerr's Pulitzer Prize winning bestseller. So that's what I'm talking about the subject matter. I'm like, oh God, do I really want to watch a movie about World War II? No thanks. But it's gotten amazing reviews. It's gotten really good reviews. So I was tempted a little bit. Just a tad. Just a little bit tad. Yeah, you should play Party Animals with Kara soon. I will be. I believe I'm probably gonna hang out and play with her on Saturday. I believe that might be happening on Saturday. 279 from John Burns. Thank you. Says Mark Ruffalo, Incredible Hulk. Hulk meets Nazis. Oh God, I cannot stand Mark Ruffalo. He's just like one of those people where I'm like, I don't know if you have one of those people, John, where you just can't enjoy anything they're in most of the time. Like it takes a lot for me to like overcome. Like, ugh, I'm looking at Mark Ruffalo right now. He's just one of those actors for me where I can't stand the dude. But the Hulk did me. That's true. Darren says Oppenheimer was good. A lot of good actors that surprised me that they were in it. Same here. Like even though I kind of knew, like I knew that it had a big cast and everything, and I saw like the more famous, like obviously the famous pictures of Robert Downey Jr. and what's it called, Matt Damon. But like for example, I didn't realize that what's her name was in it. Not Florence Pugh, because I knew Florence Pugh was in there because everybody's freaking out about her doing a nude scene. She has okay titties. I mean, she was fine. But the other chick, Emily Blunt, I was really surprised that Emily Blunt was in it. And I was like, is that Emily Blunt? Because they kind of like made her up too. So she doesn't really look like Emily Blunt. And I was like, did she get like her face done? Like, what happened to her? But like she was in it. And I was like, wait, what? Like, I didn't even know you were in it. Nina, did you watch Michelle's review of Napoleon? No, I haven't yet, but I did watch her like I guess review / watch of Harry Potter, because that's one of my like all-time favorite franchises. Not that particular movie, because I like The Prisoner of Azkaban. That's my favorite one. But I really want her to keep going, because I feel like the first one, although good, doesn't really reflect how great Harry Potter is, all in all. I don't think so. I think we're aiming for early Saturday afternoon, by the way. As soon as I know, you'll know. Okay, thank you. Yeah, let me know. I mean, obviously, the later the better, because I like sleeping in. But like if it's a morning stream, I'm out. But afternoon sounds good. Afternoon sounds good. Although I don't know what time frame you're talking about, because you're not in West Coast, so you're not on PSD or something. I think you're on Central Time, right? But yeah, I'm sure we'll figure something out. DL, did you like Napoleon? I've been hearing like really mixed reviews about Napoleon. Some people are really like not liking the idea that Napoleon is not historically accurate. Oh, Eastern time. So usually we do at 1 p.m. Eastern. Okay, that sounds fun. Yeah, that's afternoon. I'm down. I could get up by then. Thank you. Napoleon's been getting really mixed reviews. I was having a little bit of an argument with our good friend Lofty Pixels, who you may or may not know. But I was having a little argument with him on Twitter about the movie because he seems to be in the camp. Well, not seems to. He's in the camp that really liked the movie, and says that basically like people are freaking out for nothing because Ridley Scott basically created the movie as a fun kind of movie, not meaning to be historically accurate. Because Ridley Scott basically came out and told people to go fuck themselves. Hold on, let me see if I can pull up the Ridley Scott comment. Like not in so many words, he told people to go fuck themselves because he was like, yeah, whatever, man. I was just having fun. Like I didn't care about it being historically accurate. Because I was just having a fun time. Okay, I can't find the article right now, but he did say something. Wait, what is this? Hold on, I just saw it. Funny headline. He said something like, okay, wait, let's see. Napoleon's Ridley Scott on critics and cinema bum ache. I guess it's a bum ache. The director celebrated films including Gladiator, Alien, Thelma and Louise, and Blade Runner certainly speaks his mind. Does he seek out advice asking someone what they think is a disaster, he tells me? What about his lack of Best Director Oscars? Despite being the helm of the most memorable films of the past 4 decades, I don't really care. And for the historians who have suggested that the latest movie Napoleon is factually inaccurate, you really want me to answer that? It will have to bleep it. So then it goes into them meeting. But anyways, from what I understand, he basically said I was just having fun. Like I didn't want it to be historically accurate. And I thought that was an interesting comment to make because it is kind of a biopic. And it's understandable, especially like Napoleon is such a specific kind of person. So a lot of people like like a lot of people that like Napoleon are usually like into history. Because most people like me, I'm like, I don't care about Napoleon. Like, who cares? But a lot of people that do like him like history. So that's why a lot of people are being like, well, why is this movie so inaccurate? So apparently, like, there was like a scene where Napoleon hits one of the pyramids with like a catapult or something. And people are like, he didn't do that. And so there's just been kind of like this discussion. And now my discussion with Lofty was like, because he was like, well, I don't understand why people are freaking out. And I'm like, well, like, I mean, I can understand why people would be under the impression that it would be a historically accurate biopic because it's been advertised as that. It's been advertised as a biopic. It's been advertised as a historical fiction, but certainly a biopic. And so when people kind of think about that, they're like, oh, I'm going to see a historically accurate movie. Kind of like Oppenheimer was. Like Oppenheimer was very historically accurate. And so I think in that sense, like I like Nolan did take some liberties, but like not very many. And I think that that's why a lot of people were kind of like very surprised at Nolan's very accurate depiction of Oppenheimer. And so I got this kind of like debate with Lofty because I was like, well, because it was marketed towards that and because it's called Napoleon, it's kind of understandable that people would be like, well, why isn't it historically accurate? And his argument was, well, like Gladiator was also a historical fiction, and it was fun. Like some movies are just fun. Like they don't have to be historically accurate. And my argument with that is that Gladiator is a really different type of movie because Gladiator, even though it's historically accurate or it's based on historical people, it wasn't called like Julius Caesar. And like it didn't have like, you know, the story of the life of Julius Caesar where Julius Caesar decides to, I don't know, take Rome back by destroying the Colosseum to, to overthrow Pompeii or something like that. Because people then would care. They would be like, "What the fuck's this shit?" Um, but I think like a more interesting comparison would be the series Rome, because Rome was more historically accurate, even though it wasn't called Caesar, it was called Rome. But it was more historically accurate in the sense of like the historical figures that were involved in it, and it really kind of portrayed everybody to the best of their abilities, even though they had to take liberties. But it's such a far history that some liberties have to be taken, because even historians to this day are kind of arguing about what really went down. Whether Brutus's mom did really get cheated on. Those kind of things are still being argued about to this day. So, in that sense, like that's really different than comparing a movie like Napoleon or a historical figure like Napoleon than that to the Gladiator. Like I don't think the comparison's a good one. So I that's why I think like, you can make a case about a historical fiction being fun, because Rome was fun, but Rome was very historically accurate in a lot of ways. But I don't know. It's a interesting debate, I think. What about you guys? Uh do you guys think Napoleon's good? Have you seen it? What do you think in comparison to like Oppenheimer? Have you guys seen that? Deranged Lunatic says, I think I'd rather watch Napoleon Dynamite. Me too, because Napoleon Dynamite is one of my favorite all-time movies. I actually think Napoleon Dynamite is one of my favorite movies of all time. John Burns for 279 says 1793 to 1816 is over a decade. Studio wanted 150 minutes. Okay, so like the respective years, like the amount of years that was covered was a lot. So that it makes sense. It makes sense what some liberties would have to be taken. Still, you would think that it would like, I don't know. I would have to watch the movie to have a full opinion about it. Mind you, I'm also not a historical buff. Like, I would watch that movie and see the pyramids be hit and be like, okay, I guess he did that. Like, I don't know. I'm not a Napoleon history buff. I like that joke from Seinfeld when they're like they go to the bakery because they're trying to buy a cake, and he's like, "What about a Napoleon cake?" And she's like, "A Napoleon cake? Who's he to have a cake? He's a warmonger." And I was like, "That is so true." It's like, why do we call that cake Napoleon? He's like not a good person. I like this. I like the sentiment, and I agree with you. Don't watch movies for education. I think that's very true. I would even argue like not to watch documentaries for education, even though like you could, but some documentaries are not very accurate, and sometimes they only explain one side of thing. And some people are like, "Oh my god, this documentary is so amazing," and you're like, "Well, it only like covers one bit of the story, but okay." Good Godzilla. 2K, thank you, or 2K26, thank you for the $5. Says, because they sold it on his name recognition, that's exactly why it was different than Gladiators. That's what my argument was. My argument was that it was called Napoleon. Like if they had called it like, I don't know, something else, it would be different. But the marketing factor of it being called Napoleon paints this picture of like this accurate story of his life. You know? I would even argue like The Crown is a good example of another kind of like biopic. That's although I haven't seen the new season, but like the original, like the first season of The Crown was really well done. I feel I actually would say like the season 5, like the last season, I wasn't really quite feeling The Crown all that much because it kind of it felt a little bit skewed to me now. Like cuz it was like, "Oh, let's paint Charles to be like this really misunderstood guy and like who cares that he was like cheating on Diana with what's her name? They were in love." And like just like trying to make it like he's like the innocent dude. And I was like, give me a freaking break. I'm not down with what Prince Charles did to Diana at all. So it just kind of felt like really toned down in season 5, especially with Prince Charles's story. Well, now King Charles, but Prince Charles at the time. So I wonder what they're gonna do with it this season, but I wasn't really happy with the last season. Whereas in versus like season 1, I thought they did a much better job in the first season of like depicting what was historically accurate, who was involved, the players, and everybody that was involved was pretty amazing. John Burns for 279, thank you, says HBO series by Spielberg on Napoleon might work. Maybe. But is there one? You're saying might work, so it doesn't exist. I don't think there is one. I mean, I really like Joaquin Phoenix. I think that I would have thought that he would be able to pull it off. But apparently it also has like comedic moments. And I'm like, Napoleon is funny? Like there was like funny moments in Oppenheimer, like comedic moments, but in like lines only. Like it wasn't set up to be funny. Like, for example, like one line that I really chuckled at was when they're saying like, because and that was my other argument is that Oppenheimer could have easily been called the Manhattan Project, but then it wouldn't really be about Oppenheimer the man. It would be about the Manhattan Project. So it would be Google HBO Napoleon. Okay, I'll do that. But then it would be a totally different thing. Now in Oppenheimer, like there was a part that was kind of funny. Like one part that was funny was like when they're about to hit off they're about to do the test for the bomb for the first time. And one of the scientists tell her, he's like covering himself like all over the face with what's it called? With like sunscreen. Cause they were saying how there's gonna be like UV rays hitting them from the explosion of the bomb. And he's like covering himself and he looks at the scientist next to him, and the scientist next to him is like sitting in a car. And he's like, "You want some of this?" And the guy like looks at him and he's like, "Nah, the window will stop the UV rays." And I'm like, these motherfuckers they're building a bomb. Like they're building the atom bomb. And this mofo is stopping there and like sitting there going like the UV rays are gonna be stopped, like the sun UV rays, or like the UV rays from the bomb is gonna be stopped by the freaking windshield of my car. So it was such a dichotomy of like smart person being completely retarded, like so stupid that it was a very comedic moment. Like I thought that was really the lines in the movie were really well done. It was very interesting. Welcome back, says 200 Watt Studios for $2. Hey, thank you. I decided to return because it was a short show with Jeff, which was a great one. It was a great show, but it was a short interview. And I usually go about 90 minutes. So I figured I'd come and hang out with you guys and also talk about Thanksgiving and just regular topics and see what you guys want to talk about. Really, this is a chill stream, so it's whatever you guys really want to talk about, whatever you are interested in. John Burns, thank you for the 279. Says Napolstan and Hitler, thanks to Brit propaganda. Ooh, yeah, Britain had a lot of propaganda. For example, that Napoleon was short. Now, I made a joke, by the way, on Twitter, because I was like, because I was talking about like Napoleon didn't do well in the box office, and I was like, "Oh, it was as short like, it fell as short as he is, like, ba-dum-bumps," you know? And all these, like, really, like, nerdy people came into the Twitter thread and was like, "Actually, Napoleon wasn't that short. That was, like, propaganda." And I was like, "It's a freaking joke, guys." Like, yeah, I know he wasn't that short. He was average height. Like, everybody knows that it was a propaganda thing by the British. I mean, like most people, especially people my age, know this. Like maybe not the new generation because, well, I mean, look what has happened to education recently. God knows, but most people my age know. But like all these like Twitter like specials are all like, actually, mm, you know, Napoleon was like really not that short, actually. And I'm like, okay, calm down, bro. I didn't know you knew him. Let's try to make a freaking joke. Mr. Perfect, my God, that profile. Was he glad he ate her? I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Perfect, but thank you. Yeah, so that was funny because I was like, oh my God, like calm down. I tried to make a joke. It didn't land. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? And then somebody went and replied to like my reply because sometimes I'll retweet something, but I'll also write the same thing in the comment because you get more. That's how Twitter works. If you guys don't know, that's how Twitter works. You make like it's about your interactions and your like how many people like your post or whatever. So like I'll put the same response in the comments of the actual tweet and I'll retweet it, right? And so somebody was like, "You really tried to make this work, didn't you?" And I was like, "I'm just doing what I always do, man." It was just really funny. Chase in Texas, thank you for the $2. Here's $2 just because. Well, thank you, Chase. I appreciate that. John Burrs with 279. Thank you. Says Duke of Wellington was over 6 feet. Wow, that's tall. That's time. That's tall. Jake says everyone hates me. Well, I don't hate you, Jake, because I don't even know you. But thank you for being here, and I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all. Happy Thanksgiving to all. Let's see. What else is going on? Oh my God, look, it's Raider. Somebody come, Raider. What's up, Raider? Happy Thanksgiving, bud. Thank you for the $50. It's a $50 drive-by. Gobble, gobble. Gobble, gobble, Raider. Thank you so much, my guy. Wow. Raider, what is your favorite holiday movie? What is your favorite holiday movie? I mean, I'm counting holiday because Thanksgiving doesn't have that many movies. So if you have a favorite holiday movie, tell me what it is. I have so many favorite Christmas movies. I can't ever really decide which one's my actual favorite one. Like I love Elf. I love Home Alone. Like these are my like go-tos. Like people were like, "What's your favorite Christmas movie?" Elf, Home Alone, Christmas Vacation, Die Hard. Like it just it pops. It pops in your head. Christmas Story. You know? Everything else is like, okay, yeah, it's fine. Ooh, Groundhog Day. That's a good one. You don't hear that a lot. That's a good one. It's a Wonderful Life. That's my friend John's favorite movie. That's his favorite Christmas movie. Scrooged. Yeah, that's a good movie. Which one? Like the Scrooge with Bill Murray? Is that the one you're talking about? Because there's so many Scrooge movies. Scrooge just with Bill Murray, right? Yeah, it is. I love that movie with Carol Kane as the ghost of Christmas. What was it? Ghost of Christmas Present or Past? What was it? She was great in that. I love that movie. How dare you, sir, David D. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. How dare you, sir? I will shun you.
How dare you?
It 100% is a Christmas movie. And I have a Christmas ornament to prove it. I literally have a Christmas ornament of what's his name in the vent. My God, I'm forgetting his name right now. Bruce Willis. He's like in the vent with his lighter. And it says Merry Christmas on it. You know what? I think I think my favorite Scrooge. I feel like my favorite Scrooge like retelling. John McClane. Thank you, Darren. I was totally thinking John McClane. My favorite Scrooge Christmas retelling thing is actually the Disney version. Like I love the Disney Scrooge with like Scrooge McDuck. And like how like Mickey is like all poor and shit. Like and like his like he's like, I want a raise. He's like, please, sir. Wait, what? What did I ignore, John? What did I ignore? I was trying to do Mickey's voice. Oh, there we go. Favorite holiday movie, Die Hard, but Alistair Sims, A Christmas Carol. Aw, Christmas Carol. That's a good movie. A little slow. Christmas movie is good. It's good though. You know what I watched last year for the first time ever? White Christmas. You know, I'd never seen it. And I watched White Christmas and it was so good. Like I was like, have I not seen this movie? I love like it was such a cute Christmas movie. It was good. It was good. The one with George C. Scott is great. What Scrooge was George C. Scott? Let's see if I. Oh yeah, that one. That's classic. The Christmas Carol. You know, a lot of people like the Muppet one too. The Muppet one. Oh my God, yeah, this is the one. This is my favorite one of all time. This is my favorite one of all time. Oh, hold on. I want to show it to you guys. It's so good. And Mickey's a bum. Look at him. That's so cute. 30th anniversary edition. Aw, DVD and digital copy. Ooh, I love Jingle All the Way. That's a good movie. Jingle All the Way is a guilty pleasure. Definitely. Definitely. What? Wait, not that comment. The Exorcist 3 Christmas Carol with George C. Scott. What? 90s Kids Unite. Aw. Dude, I'm telling you that was like the best. I was like, please, sir. Please be nice to me. Black Adder is the best. Wait, what? I don't think I've ever seen that. What's that? Oh my God, Black Adder, the British sitcom, which I'm totally planning on watching. Tomby has been telling me to watch that. I gotta watch that. The Grinch. Some Brad says the Grinch. Of course, the Grinch. How can we forget the Grinch? Although the Grinch movie, nah, it's not my favorite. But the Grinch cartoon, classic. Classic. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Speaking of Grinches, we're coming back to this in the sex stuff, Brad, because 279 from John Burns. Watch Dennis Leary in The Ref. Damn good movie. I think I've seen that. That sounds really familiar. Yeah, with Kevin Spacey. Yeah, I've seen this movie. God, that movie it's good, but it pissed me off. I don't know why, but it did. I was like, I think it's because Kevin Spacey. I don't like him. But it's a good movie. It is a good movie. I've seen The Ref. We're coming back to the Grinch. Oh, shoot. No, I forgot. Hang on. We're circling back to the Grinch for a second. HBO Napoleon. Steven Spielberg says Stanley Kubrick's Napoleon 7 part. What? Steven Spielberg mounting a big production for Stanley Kubrick's Napoleon project is set as 7-part limited series for HBO. Wow. Interesting. Interesting, John Burns. Look at this. Mounting a big production for Stanley Kubrick's Napoleon project is set 7-part limited for HBO. One of Stanley Kubrick's lost projects, a large-scale biopic of Napoleon Bonaparte, I don't know how you say his name, has been in the works for HBO for the last 7 years. Steven Spielberg, who has been involved for the last 10 years, now says he is mounting a big production and the project will become a 7-part series for the premium cable network. Deadline understands that the project is still in the development stages, but it's nearing a series order. That's kind of crazy. Oh, let's hear him talk about it.
We are mounting a big production with the cooperation of Christian Kubrick and Jan Harlan. We're mounting a large production for HBO based on Stanley's original script, Napoleon. So we are working on Napoleon as a 7-part limited series.
Bonaparte. Like what you're going to do to the turkey, you're going to take the bone apart. That sounds interesting to me. Bonaparte. I think I got it. Okay. Circling back to the Grinch. I saw such a Grinchy comment today that I have to share it with you guys. I was like, man, my guy. Hang on. This was such a Grinchy comment. I was like, bro, why you gotta be such a Grinch? Man, like who hurt you? Okay, here we go. Let me get this Twitter exchange. Who hurt you? Oh, this is funny. Okay, we're gonna have to watch this after. Hang on. Oh my God, that's funny. Hold on. I'm going through my feed and then finding funny stuff I gotta share with you guys. Okay. Okay, so here we go. We got a couple golden nugget tweets here. We got a couple golden nugget tweets. So the first one goes like this. This is from Ian Crossland, co-host on Timcast. Says, tell your kids that Santa is made up and has been used to divide the family unit. It gets kids to worship a fantasy man hero and turns them away from appreciation of the parents. It also makes kids think their parents are liars when they find out. Don't let this communist agitprop seep into your family. There's no debate on this. No debate, guys. There's no debate. Don't slander the name of Jesus Christ by lying to your kids on Christmas. Wow. That's loaded. Like that's a lot of heavy words. Like about Santa. Like we're talking about Santa. Okay? It's Santa Claus. A lot of Christian people that I know. I grew up in Canada. Like since I was 10 years old, I grew up in Canada. So I knew a lot of Christian people. A lot of Christian people would celebrate, Christmas. And Santa was always like the secondary character to Jesus and like Jesus's birthday. So it was like they obviously knew Jesus's birthday was December 25th. But Santa was a fun part of Christmas that everybody kind of, just had fun with. Like most Christian families do make that distinction. So I don't know what he's going on about with regards to like how, Christian people specifically would be slandering the name of Jesus Christ by lying to their kids on Christmas. Because for me, like I'm not a Christian. So when I celebrate Christmas, I celebrate it in a different aspect of it. I mean, I obviously like, I respect the fact that Christian people think, what they think and what they believe. And I totally respect that. But I celebrate it, I celebrate more like the winter solstice and kind of like the pagan traditional method of celebrating Christmas. Which there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think. And I love the teachings of Christ and I love the teachings of the good things about Christianity. So I celebrate those things too, because I like the good parts of Christianity. And I love the idea that Santa was based on an actual saint, called Saint Nicholas. And I like those kind of things. I think they're really interesting. Papa Noel. And interestingly, you can now go to Saint Nicholas's tomb. Like that, I actually covered that story on Infinite Hope that they finally found Saint Nicholas's tomb. So he was a real guy. And like, he existed. Now, Ian, that post of his wasn't really received well. So he decided to double down. He decided to double down a little bit more, and he continued on saying, regarding Santa, Santa, people that were lied to as children that continue to lie to their kids are perpetuating a cycle of abuse. The victims of the lie will grow up to question other fantastical things that were told were real, like God. Don't obfuscate real faith-based concepts with bullshit. Pretending is great. It is pretending when all parties know they're playing a game. If one of the parties is not aware of the pretense, it is not pretending, it is lying. I know it may be hard to see this info in a text message from someone you may have never met. Cognitive dissonance is a bitch. And it is humiliating to realize that you have been duped into abusing your child with lies. Suck it up, be a better human, and those that came than those that came before you. Man, these are some loaded words to Christian people. I feel like, because I mean, I don't really take this, I don't take offense to any of what he's saying because I'm not a Christian. But if I was, I'd be like, did you just say? Like, why are you saying I'm abusing my kids for like, telling them about Santa? So I replied to this. I replied and I said, Santa and the magic doesn't last long, Ian. Uh, Kids grow up really fast, and most of them clue into the fact that something isn't right at some point. Many grow up to be thankful for their parents for putting in the effort to make Christmas fun, especially parents who are always away at work or not well off. What you're saying could happen, but many others get closer to their parents through this shared bond. And that's been my personal experience. My personal experience has always been that uh, most of the people that I've known that believed in Christ and believed in Santa and all that stuff, they turned out just fine. So I don't I don't really know why Ian decided to go on this war with Santa. It felt really grinchy, but I don't approve of it. John Burns 279 says, "See, kids, this is how flat earthers are created." That's actually a really good point, and I think you're right, because it's like when people throw out the baby with the bathwater, they're like, "Okay, like, everything is a lie. Like, everything is a communist propaganda, including fucking Santa Claus." Uh, that that's mental. That's mental. It's like sometimes you gotta just you gotta let go. You gotta let go sometimes. Ian gets a cold this year. You bet. You bet. Ian is special. Aw. Well, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like he came down a little too hard on Santa Claus. And I love Santa. And I love Christmas. And I literally, like, on his first one, I put the gif from Elf, like, Santa! I know him. I feel like he needs to watch that movie. Like, I wonder if Ian Crossland's ever watched Elf, because that movie's literally about how people don't believe in Santa Claus anymore. And how, like, they need the spirit of Christmas to make Santa's sleigh fly. You better watch out. You better not cry. Yeah, I stole the rest. Santa's coming for you. I think somebody said that to him, probably. Maybe that's what happened to Ian. And he's like, I don't like Santa Claus. Aw, 150 like hype. Thank you, everybody. Ian's just upset because he learned Santa wasn't real this year. Aw. That's sad. That's really, really sad. I think Alf is like my favorite movie. My favorite Christmas movie. I always cry when she starts singing it. When she, like, starts singing the song, and then everybody's like, his mom starts singing it. Well, his stepmom. You better watch out. You better not cry. Better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list, he's checking it twice. Gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sakes. Mm-hmm. Oh, God, I love Christmas so much. Brass Monkey, thank you for the super sticker. I don't know what it is. Oh, no, I don't have the chat up. I don't have the chat up, so I can't see it. Let me pull it. Let me pull up the chat. I need to know what the sticker is. Oh, it's a Bravo sticker. Bravo. He says Bravo. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, well, we're getting into the Christmas spirit, you guys, and it's not even Thanksgiving. Aw, thank you. You guys are the best. I love Christmas. I sing all the Christmas songs. I saw Nina kissing Santa Claus underneath the mistletoe last night. A Dan Vasc and Nina Christmas album would be out of this world. I don't think I could ever do a Dan Vasc Christmas album because I cannot do metal. Like metal is like not my thing. I love Dan Vasc, but metal is like not my thing. I'm more of a jazz slash, you know, not metal. If he makes me like a singy part, I can do it, but I can't do like angry rock. I'm not an angry rock person. Google Violent Night, great holiday movie. I saw it. I saw Violent Night. Violent Night is really freaking good. I love Violent Night. That was really good. I wonder if they're going to make another one. Let's see if I think they are. Hold on. First of all, let me do a pop out chat here. Violent Night. That was so good. I heard they were making another one. Violent Night 2 gets most promising update from director. David Harbour Santa Return is being planned as Violent Night 2 gets its most promising update yet from director Tommy whatever. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see if it says anything interesting. As part of a new interview with the rap director, Tommy said, confirmed that Violent Night 2 is in development. When asked about the status of the sequel, he said, yes, we're talking about it and we're just making deals and getting everything in order. But you know what? The writers and actors strike probably fucked it up. So I don't know if it's going to come out this year. It's probably going to come out next year. I think it was planned for this Christmas release, but I don't think it's going to be this year. Fat Man was kind of boring. I liked Fat Man too. I liked it too, but I like Violent Night better. I thought Violent Night was more fun than Fat Man. Fat Man was good. I'm sorry, I'm reading you guys' chats. As long as there's no live action Nightmare Before Christmas, all is calm. Oh my god, you just jinxed it, bro. Retro Gamer, have you ever seen Powerpuff Girls Christmas episode? Was the night before Christmas? I don't think I have. I don't think I have. I don't remember. I don't recall. But I should probably check it out. This is supposed to be a Thanksgiving stream, but it's turning into a Christmas stream because I love Christmas. Okay, this is funny. Totally off topic. Totally off topic. Well, maybe not totally. Maybe not totally off topic because we're talking about Christmas and Santa, and one of the things one of the things Santa has is little people, little elves. Watch The Guys Who Wrote Frosty by Ryan George. Watch The Guys Who Wrote Frosty? Okay. I'll have to look that up. So elves are like little people. And I saw this thing today and I was like, wow, this guy's got a lot of heart. Even though he's little, he's got...
Ashbuna, you know what? I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna take you down.
Wow. He's an angry elf.
Ashbuna,
I don't know why this thing cracked me up
I'm
today.
gonna fight you. I'm gonna take you
He's
down.
an angry elf. You want to fight? You want to fight? I don't know. I just thought it was funny. Morbius was a Christmas movie. Now you're just being silly, Rick Cleary. Now you're just being silly. That's Comics Division. Oh, my goodness. Sanding Monkey. Your icon is very... Oh my. Okay, this was funny. I couldn't stop laughing. But also, it's very worrying because I told everybody, look, there's been an announcement that they might be making the Silver Surfer a woman. And somebody was like, well, if they want to make Silver Surfer a woman, that's good because we'll get to look at like some woman in a naked bodysuit. And I was like, don't get too excited because they're probably going to cast Lizzo or somebody with that body frame. And lo and behold, somebody made this. Somebody made this. This is how bad things have gotten, guys. Like everybody knows. Like everybody knows. They're like, okay, we know this is gonna be the Silver Surfer. We know things are gonna go down. John, thank you for the 279. Can I see the little guy beat up Will Ferrell? I would like to see him beat up freaking what's his name? The other angry elf. Like the actual angry elf. Why am I forgetting his name? Tyrion Lannister. That guy. My eyes. Okay. I'm sorry, you guys. Okay, here, hold on. I'll fix your eyes. I'll fix your eyes. I'll fix it. I ruined it. I can unruin it. Here is... I'm making it up to you. I'm making it up to the audience. There we go. We have to mute it though. There. I hope this helps your eyes a little bit. What's Tyrion Lannister's name again? That guy. Peter Dinklage. That's right. Peter Dinklage, the angry elf. The elf that pulls up the freaking ladder behind him. Oh my god. This movie is so good. Gets me every time. I'm always crying in that movie though, Brass Monkey. I'm always like, oh my god. But in like the best way. Like I love that movie. It's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful movie. By the way, some lady was like, why don't women walk like this? And I was like, I do. Like all the time. And I do walk like that. At home. On my way to the bathroom, I'll just be like, I got like I'm totally going to the bathroom right now. Especially like if I'm getting ready for a show. Like I got my hair done, I got my hair did, I'm wearing a really cute little outfit, like, wearing my cute shirt right now. Like I'll be like, doing a little hair flip here and there, like, gotta put on that music, walk like a cat, get it going. Somebody though, as Twitter goes, because Twitter is ridiculous. You guys know how ridiculous is going on. They were like, are you one of those women that complains about men staring at you then? Then you're part of the problem. Like that was the reply from somebody. I was like, damn, dude, like calm down. It was a joke. And obviously they don't know me because I would never shun a guy for looking at me or something like that, for walking. Like I'd be like, thank you. I'm totally one of those girls that likes compliments. So I don't know what that I was like, you clearly don't watch my content because I'm not one of those girls that's like, oh God, like don't look at me. Can you imagine? Like I can't even imagine those people that do that. Like here I am, like putting my body out there, but I don't want anyone to look at me. Like, can you imagine? That's weird. John Burns for 279 says, what if it's a trans woman Silver Surfer? God damn it, John Burns. I was just trying to take the chat's eyes to a better place. Don't make them think of that. Men look at women because women are beautiful. Yeah. Because a woman's body is like a work of art, It's got curves, it's got beauty. A man's body, even though like can be seen as beautiful, I think a man's body is more utilitarian. Like it's not like it's beautiful, but it's not as beautiful as a woman's body. Somebody asked in the chat if it's my real hair. This is my real hair. I was born with these curls. There's no perm happening here. This is my hair. This is my hair. I got the curly girl hair. It's a mane. And it's taken me years and years to figure out how to make it work. and what products to put in it and stuff like that. It is it definitely is not easy. It's not easy to be a curly girl hair person. It takes forever. Everything takes forever. That's why do you guys think I'm obsessed with Brittany Venti's hair? Because Brittany Venti has the most ridiculously beautiful hair, like ridiculously beautiful curls I've ever seen. And it's just beautiful. Radio Man 1017 says, you and Ricada should just stream together because I'm bouncing between the two of you right now. Aw, I would love to, but Nick has his own thing and I got my own thing going on. And I love that dude though. Nick is such a good guy. He's just the best. Here, let's tell him that right now. I'm going to text him. Hi, Nick. I just told him I'm texting you live to say hi. He says his shirt is super gay tonight. What does his shirt look like? Let's go look. I'm gonna stream snipe Ricada for a minute. Let's see what his shirt looks like. Because he says he looks gay. Oh my god, he does look gay. What is he wearing? You made him smile and he said hi, Nina. Aw, that is so sweet. Okay, let's see what he's. Dude, this is the gayest shirt I've ever seen. This is like Elton John gay. What is he wearing? Let's see, what is he talking about?
Of a U.S. Supreme Court decision last year that, quote, affected a sea change.
Oh, God. The topic sounds so slit my wrist. He looks incredibly gay. I love it. No, seriously, though, it was. Like, I wasn't expecting it. When he said my shirt is gay, I was expecting him to, like, be wearing a pink shirt or something. Like, a salmon-colored, very pink ordeal with, like, a collar or something. I was not expecting, like, weird leopard print. I don't know what that was. He's talking guns. I'm going to hang out here. God, that sounds so like, oh my God. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Okay, let's see. There's something else I want to show you guys. Let me go to my Twitters because that's where all the topics are. Oh my God. This whole thing was so stupid today. I was like, I listened to this and I was like, this is why the manosphere is retarded. Okay, this guy goes on this really stupid thing. And I was like, what are you talking about?
Every man on the planet. And you said, hey, listen, I got this red button. Nobody's looking. Nobody's going to judge you. You can sleep with other women and then go home and hold your wife and tuck in your babies and provide and be a good husband and father. Every man on the planet would look left, they'd look right, and they'd hit hand up. Every man on the planet.
What?
And you said, hey, listen, I got this red button. Nobody's looking. Nobody's going to judge you. You can sleep with other women and then
hell
go
are
home and
you
hold your wife and tuck in
talking
your
about?
babies and provide and be a good husband and father. Every man on the planet would look left.
Every man would look left, look right, and they'd hit it. Look, I disagree. I disagree, sir. I disagree because I think I have, well, first of all, clearly I have way more respect for men than this guy has respect for himself. Because I think that men have the capability to be more than, I don't know, just animals. I think that they have the capability of being more than the sum of themselves. they have the capability to be, more than just like chemical, uh, lustful, whatever, like that makes them like turn into animals. Like I feel like men have more capability than this dude clearly thinks like he doesn't have himself. I mean, he has zero self-respect. I feel like that's tough because I grew up in a Muslim country when I was really little. You guys know I'm from Iran. I immigrated to Canada when I was 10. So I was taught in the Islamic ways, and in a lot of ways, this is the kind of stuff Islam preaches. Basically, like saying that one of the reasons that Islam has the idea of the hijab is because Islam says that men can't control themselves around unvirtuous women. Invirtuous? Unvirtuous? That is the entire point of having hijab, is so that you can be virtuous, so you can be around men. And in Islam, they really truly believe that men are really essentially weak, because they say that men can't control themselves. Men can't be the greater sum of themselves with women around. If unvirtuous women are around, then that's the problem. And women are basically like the problem to everything, because of going back to like as old as Adam and Eve's story, and we're blamed for the fall of man. So basically we're kind of like, well, women are shit out of luck, especially if you're born in a Muslim country. But men also, because they basically say men are weak and they can't control themselves. And I just don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe in you, men. I believe in you. I think you can control yourselves. I don't think you are disgusting animals that just want to basically grate people or have sex with them and, not have a wife or be committed or whatever the hell that guy said, like sleep around on your wife. I don't know, but that's just me. I clearly have way more respect for men than this guy did. Oh, the other crazy thing that's going on right now, and be aware of this, guys, because for the next couple of days, you might see a slew of lawsuits coming out, and me tooing a bunch of dudes, because here it is. Here's one. Jamie Foxx sued for alleged sexual assault at New York bar. And the reason all of these happening is that it's one of the many suits filed under New York's Adult Survivors Act. I was going to say Supervisors Act. Survivors Act, which opened an 1-year window to file sexual abuse claims that would otherwise be barred by the state statute of limitations. A deadline to file such claims is Thursday. So by tomorrow, you might hear a lot more sexual assault claims coming out about a lot of rich and powerful people. Because, because the statute is coming to an end. And this has got some great details too. Like this alleged affair was like, I was like, Jamie. Now again, obviously innocent until proven guilty, but I will say, like, some of the stuff that I hear kind of sounds believable in a way that celebrities go through life thinking that they're kind of like above it all. Like they think that they can't ever get caught, or You know, when you're in a certain wealth bracket, it always feels like they just think like they can do whatever the hell they want. Now, I'm not saying this is exact, like, I'm not saying Jamie Foxx is guilty of this, but I can also see him do it. So, I, I'm just saying, I could see him doing this. So this thing says Jamie Foxx was sued on Wednesday for allegedly sexually assaulting a patron at a rooftop bar in New York in 2015. So this isn't even that long ago. Like, I mean, it's not one of those things that's like, from like 35 years ago. Like, it's from 2015. The woman identified in the suit as Jane Doe alleges that Fox took her to a secluded corner of the Catch NYC rooftop lounge, rubbed her breasts, and groped her under her pants against her will. According to the suit, the woman and a friend were seated at a table next to Fox and Mark Birnbaum, the owner of the bar. At around 1 a.m., the woman's friend got up and asked Fox for a photo. Fox agreed, and they took several photos. Fox began complimenting the plaintiff, according to the suit, saying, "Wow, you have that supermodel body, and you smell so good." The suit also states that he said she looked like Gabrielle Union. She alleges that he took her by the arm and led her to a more secluded part of the rooftop, where he groped her breasts underneath her crop top. The suit states that she was caught off guard and tried to step away, but that Fox then stuck his hands down her pants and put his fingers on and in plaintiff's vagina and anus. Oh my God, he went for this. He went for the bonus hole too. Like, goddamn. Because we all know the bonus hole is the anus. The suit alleges that the security guard witnessed the groping. Oh, here, let me make this bigger. The suit alleges that the guard witnessed the groping but did not intervene. The woman's friend then came and found her, and Fox stopped touching her and walked away. The lawsuit seeks compensation for pain, suffering, emotional distress, anxiety, and humiliation. It alleges that the woman was sore and had to seek medical treatment as a result of the assault. Well, there'll be like records of that. If she really went to, like, I don't know, a place to get, I don't know if you get rape kits for getting finger banged, but there would be, I would assume that there would be some sort of medical record of this. The lawsuit also names Brenham and Catch NYC as defendants, alleging that they enabled the assault and failed to adequately supervise their employees. So there you go. That's why Jamie Foxx, he's getting me too'd. He's getting me too'd. That's the latest. That's the latest news. I know, like, last night I was actually watching Nick's stream talk about Puff Daddy, because P. Diddy, he apparently got a lawsuit, but apparently he settled right away. And I mean, that's not really an admission of guilt, but I mean, I could see why, like, P. Diddy, I don't know. Like, he always seems, I don't know, he always seemed like a really weird guy to me. So I'd be like, not that that's an admission of guilt, but I don't know. He just seems like, ugh. John Burns for $6.99 says, "No one expects anything of yours, anything of you in your 20s." Taylor Tomlinson. This is what the dating advisor is feeding on, talking to you guys in teens, early 20s. I had to look up Taylor Tomlinson. I was like, who's Taylor Tomlinson? No one expects anything of you in your 20s, Taylor Tomlinson. This is what the dating advisor is feeding on. Talking to guys in your teens and early 20s. Ah. Is she good? Is she a good comedian? I've never seen anything by her. Just check it out. I wonder how many more weird cases of sexual assault are going to come out by tomorrow. Stand-up comic fun Netflix. Okay, I'll have to check it out. She's taking over for Colbert? Really? Oh, so she's like a sellout hack then, is what you're saying. Because Colbert sucks. And anyone who's taking over for him is probably a sellout. But I'm not familiar. Wait, Colbert is ending his show? I didn't even know that. Since when? She's Chrissy Mayr's friend? Well, then she's probably cool then. I don't know. I don't know anything about her. I'll have to watch her Netflix special or something. Oh, Corden. Okay, no, I didn't read that wrong, though. He did say Colbert. No, I did hear Corden is leaving. Well, I heard his show got canceled, which is like good. That guy's a piece of shit. Also, he sucks. He's just not even funny. He's terrible. You know who else is freaking terrible that I'm actually really freaking annoyed about? I'm annoyed about this. I'm so annoyed about this. I'll tell you guys right now. I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to pull it up so we can talk about this. Here it is. Jimmy Kimmel set to return as Oscar host for the fourth time. Why?
I don't know what the that was.
Why? Why the fuck is Jimmy Kimmel coming back as the host of the Oscars?
How about no?
Look, I love movies, and the Oscars have always been a big part of my youth. We used to watch it a lot. Me and my mom, Oscar night was a tradition. It was our Super Bowl. It was like the movie Super Bowl. So I hate what the Oscars have become. And it bothers me that they never want, like, they don't even want to fix it. It bothers me that they don't even care enough to fix it. They just know that it's broken and they're like, we're just going to go with this broken material. Because Jimmy Kimmel has had some of the lowest viewership turnouts in Oscar history. And yet they're giving this guy a four-time go. Like the four-time go. Give me a freaking break. Change the host. Bring back somebody like Billy Crystal. Bring somebody with some talent and some life to like put some pump some life into this freaking show, man. Like why Kimmel again? He sucks. John, thank you for the $6.99. Taylor Tonkinson taking over a Scottish Dude show after Colbert late night. After Colbert late night. Okay. Yeah, I'm guessing everybody's talking about the other guy. I did hear about Corden leaving. That's interesting. They don't want us anymore. They don't want us anymore, and it's really annoying. Excuse me. I mean, I know they'll never bring back Ricky, and I mean, I would love for Ricky to come back. They'll never bring him back because he broke the Golden Globes. He broke everyone that one time with that beautiful speech of his. I mean, everybody wants Ricky back. But let's face it, Ricky's not coming back because he burned too many bridges. But do we have to go with Jimmy Kimmel? Like, is there no other person that can step up for this role? Like, I don't understand. Do we not have anybody else around other than Jimmy Kimmel? Like, anybody. John Burns 279 because Kevin Hart had a problem with gay son. You know, I would have really liked to see Kevin Hart host the Oscars. It would have been really fun. It would have been really fun to see somebody like Kevin Hart host the Oscars. That whole situation was so freaking dumb. And he apologized. And yet that still didn't work for them. Like we just need somebody with some sense of I mean, I think that it would probably be not a good idea for him to do it, but like Bill Burr, for fuck's sakes, get Bill Burr to like host the Oscars. Like, I mean, you're not gonna go as far as like Ricky Gervais, but Bill Burr, like that'll put some ass in the seats. People will watch because they'll be watching just to be like, oh, is Bill Burr gonna like burn somebody? You know? Like you gotta get somebody that has some sort of cachet, like something. Jimmy Kimmel has nothing, like nothing to offer. Nobody likes him. He's not funny. Even the people who like him pretend to like him because they're just like trying to be woke. I just think somebody like Bill Burr or somebody else, like some really good comedian would be good. Not after his wife made a fool of him, but Bill Burr's wife. So who cares? Who cares? He can make fun of that. Bill Burr's good at making fun of stuff. He can like make fun of anything. I mean, you know, honestly, I think this would be a great idea. I don't know if they'll ever work together, but I think it would be hilarious. And I think everybody would watch it. Literally everyone would tune in. Like if they had announced that Chris Rock and Will Smith will be hosting the Oscars together, everyone would tune in because of what happened. But nobody's watching fucking Jimmy Kimmel's 4th fucking Oscars. Happy Thanksgiving, Keely Chow. Thanks for always being around, bud. You're a cool one. Thank you, Keely. How about Will Smith and Dwayne Martin? Wait, who's Dwayne Martin? Dwayne Martin. Maybe Dwayne Martin's all right. It won't be as popular as Chris Rock. I mean, like any of these people would be amazing. Seinfeld would be just freaking fantastic. I would totally I would die if Jerry Seinfeld was hosting the Oscars because I love Seinfeld. Happy Turkey Day to all. Happy Turkey Day. Steph says if Camelot and Nick hosted the Oscars, I'd watch. See, that's really good, but I mean they're not well-known people. Think of somebody as gay as those two, but like in Hollywood. God, there's so many. Is Jimmy still friends with Adam Carolla? John, I don't know. Like, I can't say yes or no for sure, but my guess, like, if I had to get an educated guess, is no. They've just gone in such different paths. But I don't know. Oh, look at this. SJ Lutz is surprisingly yes. So maybe SJ Lutz knows something I don't know. But I mean, they did work together for a long time, so I don't know. Maybe they're still like friendly. I watch Adam's show a lot, he says. Okay. So there you go. They did work together for a long time. I could see it. I can see it. I definitely watch if Cecil hosted. Oh my God. Can you imagine? And the Oscar goes to. Hello. Why did I sound like. That did not sound like Cecil. It sounded like. I don't know what that sounded like, but it didn't sound like Cecil. So yeah, Jimmy Kimmel can fuck right off. If Tyler Perry wins an Oscar for Best Director, Dion will go on an epic anti-Tyler Perry rant. You know, Tyler Perry might get an Oscar this year for that documentary. It sounded like old Cecil. You did Harry Lewis? I did? That's funny. God, see, Dave Chappelle, they would never let him host. That's why I didn't even name him. Jerry Lewis, that's funny. I love Jerry Lewis. Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies too. With Jerry Lewis is God, what is that movie? God, that he's such a classic. Jerry Lewis, what was it? I'm looking up his movies, trying to figure out what movie I'm thinking of. God, he's so great. Classic. John Burns at 279. I want to see Mike Bubbles Trailer Park Boy Smith. Oh my God. Can you imagine? You know, that would be fun. Can you imagine if the Trailer Park Boys hosted the Oscars? See, that would be funny. That would be funny. Like, you literally have, like, not the guys. Like, you have, like, Julian, Bubbles, and Ricky host the Oscars. Not, like, they would have to be in character. Like, not the actors. Like, that would be fun. That would be a funny thing. Yeah, the Nutty Professor. I guess you have heard from Tom Connors about Will Smith and Dwayne Martin. I don't know what you're talking about, actually. What about Will Smith and Dwayne Martin? Are they gay together or something? What is this about? Is this like some sort of gay thing? Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith deny claims that he slept with Dwayne Martin. It's ridiculous and nonsense. Oh my God. It is a gay thing. Oh no. Yikes. Why is Will Smith always in the news for like the worst stuff? Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith deny that he slept. Blah blah blah. They're denying the claims. In a preview of an interview with Power, the Breakfast Club shared on Wednesday, the Red Table Talk host 52 stated that her and her husband will take legal action against an alleged associate's claim that Smith, 55, had a sexual relationship with fellow actor Dwayne Martin. While discussing her new memoir, Worthy, radio host Charlemagne brought up the No Soccer Mom chapter where Pink Smith addresses rumors that have plagued her marriage, such as the couple who have been married in 1987 being swingers or gay. Charlemagne asked Girls Trip actress how it feels to still have some of those same rumors out about people you love, like Will and Dwayne, in 2023. Regarding rumors that Martin just came out, let me just say this: Pinkett Smith began. It's ridiculous, right? And it's nonsense. So where's this claim coming from then? An individual named Brother Bilal made the claims during a recent interview with Unwine with Tasha K on Wednesday that years ago he walked in on Smith and Martin, 58, having sex. And this is a person that tried to shake down a money shakedown on that didn't work, Pickett Smith told Bilal. We're going to take legal action, she said, because it's one thing to have your opinion about somebody versus just making up scandalous, malicious stories so that it's actionable. So we're going to roll with that. Wow. So they're going to sue the guy because he claimed that he walked in on them doing it. I mean, that is pretty gay. That's kind of nuts. Okay. I guess we'll see where that lawsuit goes. I hope that becomes an actual lawsuit. And then they have to like get on the stand and talk about Will Smith being gay. The actor who played Trailer Park, Mr. Leahy, died. Oh, I know. Rest in peace, Mr. Leahy. He died years ago. He died a long time ago. Yeah, I want to see this go to court. Sue, you say you walked in on Will Smith and Dwayne, whoever that guy's name is, doing it. What position were they in? Oh my God. Can you imagine? Was Will on the bottom? Too bad P. Diddy's case didn't go to trial, dude. Trust me, that would have been amazing. Hey, Teresa, what's going on? Happy Thanksgiving, girl. Happy Thanksgiving to all. Still bumhurt about it. Wow. He said Will was the power bottom. Oh my God. Well, that's why he's suing. My God. I'm going to have to inquire about this this crazy situation. Well, at least whoever this guy is, what was his name again? This dude that Will Smith had sex with, at least he's not me tooing Will Smith under that statute and like coming out being like, he raped me up the butt. He took advantage of me. I'm suing you. They're best friends. I feel like they're just friends. And this guy just made up some bullshit. Because people can't, like, men can't be friends anymore in 2023. Everybody's got to be doing it. They're probably just like regular friends. DL, do they celebrate? They don't. They don't celebrate Thanksgiving in Mexico. But I have brought the celebrations with me, and I taught my friends about it. So on Friday, we're gonna have our 7th annual Friendsgiving, and we're gonna be hanging out. We're gonna be eating some turkey, maybe some ham, some stuffing, some salad, all that good stuff. Maybe have some pie. You know. Should be a good time. Should be a good time. Does Mexico have their own Thanksgiving? No. They just don't do Thanksgiving as a holiday. They have other holidays, but not Thanksgiving. Actually, we had one yesterday here. It was like Revolution Day or something. I was like, what? I love pie too. No, not really. Cinco de Mayo, they don't really do anything on Cinco de Mayo, believe it or not. They actually don't care about Cinco de Mayo at all. That's an American thing. Like Americans care more about Cinco de Mayo than Mexicans. Mexicans do not care. The big day in Mexico is September 17th or 16th. That's their biggest day, which is what's it called? Like the Mexican Independence Day. That's like their 4th of July. Yes, Dia de los Muertos is Halloween. It's not Halloween, it's November 2nd. That's got Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead. And yes, it is a very, 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 very big holiday in Mexico. It's huge. It's huge. Hey, Kyle, what's up, man? How you doing? Happy Thanksgiving. No. I don't speak Spanish well at all. I understand it a lot better than I can speak it. I need to practice more. All my friends speak English, so it's difficult to learn Spanish. I need more practice. I need more speaking practice. Anyways, I think that's about where we're going to wrap it up. I've been going for like 2 hours, and I went for another hour earlier tonight when I had that great interview with Jeff Trevanian. So make sure you check that interview out as well. It's been super fun to hang out with you guys. And I do truly wish that all of you guys have a really good Thanksgiving tomorrow, especially you guys in the States. Obviously, I know people like John Burns have already had their turkey. Martin Short should host the Oscars. I would love that. I would love Martin Short to host the Oscars, or Rob Schneider. God, I would love Rob Schneider to host too, or Steve Martin. Honestly, like anybody other than Jimmy Kimmel would be great. John Burns, thank you so much for all the super chats you sent in tonight. And thank you, everybody else, you guys, for sending the super chats, for gifting memberships, becoming member if you became one. Thank you so very much for all the support that you guys do. I couldn't do this without you guys. So thank you for all of that. And I truly hope and wish that you guys have a happy and safe Thanksgiving, especially if you're traveling. So make sure that you are safe and you stay warm. And I will be back on Friday for Infinite Hope. And we're going to talk about more stuff to be thankful for and love, and hopefully hearing your Thanksgiving stories, and all sorts of other good stuff. So thank you again for hanging out with me tonight. It's been a fabulous evening. And I will see you guys next time. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.